Hey, it's Chris, Safety Dog. Sorry about being a little late today. It is technical difficulties. It is now, what, 1:08. That's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit late, but I am here. For some reason, I couldn't get on. As you can see, I'm using my handheld device here, and I couldn't get on, couldn't make my computer hook up and go Facebook Live today. So I do apologize. Excuse me, get a cup of the go-go juice. So we're going to do something a little bit different today because I was playing and I really wanted to do two things. I wanted to talk to you about about CVOR, not my frustrations with Facebook, but with CVOR. Okay, so, and I do have a couple of questions. And then we're going to talk about the level 2 CVOR for just a couple of minutes. And I want to show you a couple of slides. I had it set up to do it on the computer, of course, but that's not working very well. So first of all, let's get a couple of questions that I received last week here at CVOR.ca. And the first one, he says, first of all, thanks very much for helping me. Please find attached the application form. So what this gentleman did is he sent me the application form and asked me to review it. I believe I did very quickly. However, my experience with the MTO, when you send in a CVOR application, excuse me, this is the application to get a new CVOR. If you screw up or mess up, what they did with me personally anyways, is that they emailed me. And they sent me a quick email and said, hey, what's happening? Can you give us this piece of information? I quickly supplied it via email to them. And the very same day, within about an hour actually, I got the letter to go write the practice test. So that's what happened to me when I screwed up my application form. So great question, but I don't think you need to worry too much about it. MTO is really quite helpful, and they really want you to get your CVOR and be a successful company. So next question was, I appreciate your efforts. I've helped you out tremendously. My only question is, if you know that all 77 questions, would I pass on the CVOR ministry test? This is a frequently asked question. I supply you with 77 free questions on my internet site, CVOR.ca. And, you know, if you get all of those correct, are you going to be able to pass the MTO test? Right back. And my question to you would be, have you studied? Because I'm told that the MTO has hundreds of questions. I've only supplied you with 77. They've given you that free book, and they told you which chapters to study. If you forget which chapters or don't know, send me a quick email, chris@cvor.ca, and I'll tell you which chapters MTO wants you to study. But they do. They tell you which chapters to study, and then you can go write the test. So please, just because you do well on my 77 questions, that is not a guarantee that you're going to do real well on the real test, okay? You've got to study, you've got to know your stuff. Next question here. My biggest problem is that I'm a sole owner driver of a 1-ton cattle truck, and then it drives less than 3,500 kilometers a year. Almost everything on the test pertains to transports, buses, logbooks, etc. Do I have to study for vehicles I will never drive? Currently, yes. Unfortunately, you will have to study for all those vehicles that you will never drive. I'm told, or I've heard a rumor, that MTO is going to be fixing this in the future. However, and by that I suspect they are looking at having a tow truck test, a CVOR test for transport trailers, and a different test for buses. I don't know that as fact yet. I'm investigating, trying to find out, and we'll find out in the future. But currently, unfortunately, that is what you've got to do. So let's see if the next question was from last week, because it may very well be. Okay, This question, I don't know if I answered this one last week or not. I'm a director and the owner. It is only me, and I own 100% of the shares. When I complete my application form, do they need my articles of incorporation? I believe so. I believe that you have to turn in your articles of incorporation because, of course, the MTO doesn't know that you are the only person involved in that corporation. And if, in case you're wondering, the reason for that is that when some people screw up their CVOR, they decide it's a good idea just to quickly open up another CVOR. Well, MTO is trying to put a stop to that so that when you screw up one CVOR, your history comes with you and you get to go on to the next one. So, and your history will follow you. That's what the MTO is trying to do. So great questions this week. That's all for the CVOR application stuff. Really quick, I'm going to turn the camera around now so you can see my screen because I want you to see, hopefully you can see this. Now, over here, this is a picture of a level 2 CVOR. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that CVIR number, this thing right there, and it's blank on this sample one, but you need to know, or you need to get every CVIR that your drivers have. All right, so you need to make sure that you're collecting all those CVIR numbers, CVIR reports. If they have a defect on them, a mechanical defect, that should become part of the maintenance file. And you need to show that that mechanical defect has been corrected so that if MTO comes in for an audit, they can see the CVIR number, and before the next dispatch, that defect was corrected. Or if the vehicle was put out of service, of course, before it went back on the road, that vehicle defect was corrected. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And I just want to quickly talk about convictions here. So you know that convictions make up 40% of your overall violation rate, and it is based on convictions breakdown by kilometric rate change. So what I'm trying to say here is that your vehicles are, your kilometric rate change are really important. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to the slide here. I thought I was already at it. There. So when they get to, no, let me just escape out of here. The beauties with live, yes, I'm playing here. This is all from my webinar that I do every now and again, where I talk about the CVOR, and I try to educate people on the level 2 CVOR. So again, I'm having nothing but technical difficulties today, and you've got to roll with the punches some days. So convictions are, see if I zoom in right there, convictions are 40% of the overall violation rate, and they are based on kilometric rate change. So your kilometers must be correct. They must be correct to within 40%, the convictions are 40% of the overall violation rate, but the kilometric rate change must be correct to within 20%. So just so you know, it must be correct to within 20%, and that's really important. What types of tickets can you get? Of course, you can get vehicle tickets, you can get load, overweight, insecure load, that type of ticket, and a lot of overload are 3 points, overload 3 points, insecure load 3 points, overweight on tires 3 points. So there's lots of different points that you can get on your load, both for insecure. The vehicle, sample of the points there, we got failed to report a defect, that's 2 points. Vehicle brakes not evenly adjusted, 3 points. Fail to keep a proper documentation for the vehicle, 2 points. Fail to keep an inspection report, 2 points on the company CVOR. This does not go on the driver CVOR. This only goes on to the company CVOR. The driver may or may not get a ticket, but all of these violations go on to your company CVOR. And then there are other things that you can get points for. No insurance or improper insurance, 5 points. Fail to carry a lease, 3 points. Yes, you need to carry the lease of the vehicle in the vehicle. Number on the plate not plainly visible. Well, that's a 0-pointer. Fail to surrender certain permits. Well, again, 0 points, but you do need to have the permits with you. So that's it for today. Again, I apologize for being late on the start. Technical difficulties, as you can see. However, I do try to go and roll with it. And we just turn that around there, so you can see me again. I do try to go and roll with the flow. Unfortunately, it wasn't a very smooth production today. All right, if you've got any questions about CVOR, either how to get your CVOR, your level 2, or if you're an existing company and you have a question about your CVOR, maybe it's how to read it, you don't understand something, send me an email, chris@cvor.ca, and I will be happy, very happy to answer your questions. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and the Safety Dog's out.